As we all know, Pip was invited to Miss Havisham's house. We might wonder what happens next. We will talk about it in a second. Pip was taken to Miss Havisham's house obligatorily. Let me describe the house. The front door of the house was pretty big, huge we can say. Most of the windows were covered. A bit later, Pumpelchuk rang the bell. A girl opened the door and said, "What name?" with a cold attitude. "It's me, Pumpelchuk, and this is Pip." The girl replied, "Is it? Come in, Pip." And she didn't let Uncle Pumpelchuk in. She said that Miss Havisham refused to see your face. She was kinda rude. They went in. The house was dark, and Pip was terrified. The only light was the candle, which was held by the girl. They went upstairs. Although the girl was pretty, Pip thought she must be about his age. She said, "Go in," after knocking a door. She went to a room. He went to a room and he noticed that there's an old lady sitting. The room was dark, just like the rest of the house. The room was lit by only a few candles. The lady in the room was all dressed in white. Her hair was white, her shoe was white, but she was only wearing one shoe, which was strange. Pip wasn't brave enough to look at her. The old lady said, "I'd like to take a look at you, so look at me." Pip didn't look at her. He looked around the room. He saw a table with some expensive jewels on it, and the other shoe. Then the old lady spoke again. "Are you afraid to look at a woman who hasn't seen the sun since before you were born? My heart is broken, and I'm so tired." She was very upset for a moment. Then she said, "I'd like to see someone play, so play for me." Pip replied, "I'm afraid I can play just now." Then the old lady stared at Pip and said, "Go call Stella and play cards with her." Pip opened the door and called Stella. Stella came in a bit later. The old lady smiled and she held up the jewels up to her pretty brown hair. She said, "These jewels will be yours someday. Now let me see you play cards with this boy." Stella replied with a consultation, "This typical common boy?" Miss Havisham said, "Yes, I'm done."